We see today the people of the MK party, led by their Secretary General, whom they love so much out of the bloom, Floyd Shivambu. They are complaining, the MK party people, that the media is always against them. The media doesn't love them. They are complaining that the system is against them. The system doesn't favor them. All these journalists don't write positive things about them. The media doesn't give them positive coverage of the positive things they do in society. They're saying all of this. They're saying all of this, and they're saying that they are the victim because, like, they are not treated fairly like about DA. They're not treated fairly like about FF plus is, I don't think, yeah, about DA and the ANC. They get to always be treated fairly by the media. So they are saying they want to be treated like that. They want the media to be fair on them. But one thing, they will never tell you is that they will never mention that they also need to be treated fairly like the EFF by the media, because they know they wouldn't be the first ones to be treated like this. Even the EFF has been. Imagine if the EFF has been treated like this, been orchestrated by the media, like shamed, decampaigned, smear campaigns by the media outlets, by different political parties, worst part, even political parties, political leaders, political analysts, social activists are taking the EFF for the past 11 years of its existence. And the MK party people, they are complaining so bad and crying out loud so bad. And still they are 1 year in being in the politics of South Africa. Hey guys, MK party people, I'm not even trying to attack you. I'm just trying to give you some advice on this, because we are the same when it comes to all of these things we are crying about. Even our party, day by day, our party is even worse, because our party is the center of South African politics. There's always news when you speak about the EFF and Julius Malema. So anyone, any journalist, any news outlet can say anything. Doesn't matter it's true, doesn't matter if it's happening. They can say anything and take it out of context and push it out there and smear campaign the EFF. So we've been facing this for the past 11 years. So my advice to you guys is that it's still your first year. You guys need to be very strong. You need to back it up. You need to back it up and remain solid and remain strong as a political party, because there's a lot more to come. After all, like Kiri, you are claiming. You haven't proven this, so I would say you are claiming. After all, you are claiming to be fighting for black people, fighting to unite black political parties, fighting to unite black people. That's what you are fighting for. And last time I checked in you guys' as manifesto, you guys also talked about an integration of the African continent, African systems coming together, African countries merging and integrating into each other and becoming one. So that's Pan-Africanism. That's also something like open borders, like this uninformed people will call it open borders. So as long as that's your position and your leader is President Jacob Zuma, with all the history President Jacob Zuma has with the ANC, has, and with being the leader of the country, with all of that involved in this conversation, all these things happening, they won't stop. They won't stop. They won't stop happening towards your political party. They won't stop. So you need to back it up. You need to cross some balls. You need to be strong, because tough times are still yet to come. Tough times are still yet to come. It gets worse during election campaigns, during when you're campaigning for the elections. Now plus we're going to 2026 elections. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. 2029 elections also, when they come, there's gonna be a lot more, unless if you sell your souls, or unless if you prove yourselves to be so much with the system against the EFF. Maybe they might they might try to not abuse you so much, you know, because somehow political parties that always fight the EFF get away with a lot of things, you know. The media doesn't cover their negative BS. And we've seen with your party so far, like, there's a lot of things that the media doesn't cover about your party, negative things. But if it was the EFF doing the same things like you guys, it would be breaking news, top stories. So there's a lot to see there, there's a lot to look about, there's a lot to look on. Like, you guys, are you still with us, or you have sold your soul, you know, because you're fighting the EFF now, you're friends with the establishment, like white monopoly capital, you know, things like that. Pela, we also get to question things like that. We're not big political analysts, but we get to see things like, why is this party marangati the media ithanda the party, why ngati this party is like, the media man loves this party. This party is like baso man, baso bayasebenzisana labantu laba, dinthangi la. People can see that, you know, people can smell it, and you can't hide it because it's in the public, it's politics. But I hope not. I hope you guys haven't sold your soul, because it will be very unfortunate if you have sold your soul. That means you are lying to the voters of South Africa. But I don't believe you've sold your soul. So let's go with the narrative that I don't believe you've sold your soul. But a piece of me is kind of doubting myself when I say I don't believe it. But I forget about that. I believe it. You haven't sold your soul. I believe you guys haven't sold your soul. So as long as you haven't sold your soul, it's gonna be worse. This campaigning, this smear campaign, these smear attacks, lies about your political party. Like, you haven't seen anything. You haven't seen anything. Sazokhala, sazoshuba, because of what you claim to stand for. And if you prove it long enough that you really stand by these things you preach, yeah, we are gonna believe it. Now you haven't shown us proof that you care. We haven't seen you do anything for black people, you know. We haven't seen you challenge the system, like, yeah, do something concrete to show that, yes, it, yeah, the MK party figure is here for black people. We haven't seen it. All we hear is talk. And yeah, it's a new party, we get it. But if you claim that's what you stand for, the media is coming for you, is not gonna play. The establishment, they're preparing their guns, their ammunition. You guys need to back it up more than the South African Defense Force, because the South African Defense Force, you need to be stronger than them. We have been stronger than them. We have made it through as the EFF supporters, EFF members, through the trials and tribulations for 11 years. You are crying because of just 1 year things. Imagine you still have 10 years of experience to experience the things we have been experiencing. So no, we are not the biggest victim here. We are still the amateur victim. So we are giving you advice as the people who have seen it all. Back it up. They are coming, they're not playing, they're coming with everything. But it is what it is. We thank you very much.